everyone, and welcome to another episode of Disqualified. I am Trevin, joined as always by our current main roster prediction champion, Caleb, and our current NXT prediction champion, Zach, is behind the camera, and reminder, he will defend that this weekend.
Yep, so Sunday. Yeah, hola. It's just been a long day. I forgot that was actually my call to actually speak. I am your first two-time main roster predictions champion. Winning it off of Zach, who was our first double champ.
Yep.
And he is now a triple crown as well. Well, he was triple crown because of the slap championship.
Yeah, which we retired.
Or chop championship.
Which we retired because there were only 2 people in the circuit.
Yeah.
Y'all are scared.
I'm literally missing a pick.
Wouldn't hit that peck.
With the aim you showed in our match, I don't trust you.
I've gotten better.
I've gotten better. Yeah, a lot happened. We saw, some stuff really get set for Saturday night's main event.
Yes.
We saw a very traumatic injury.
Yes.
We'll talk about that later.
Yes, we'll get to that on the match that currently happens, but some of y'all on the internet need to get it taken away with some of the stuff you said, which we'll get to later. But
Yeah, some of you, give me the timestamp. Zach, right now, what's the time?
1:35.
You're lucky that we're still in the time period where I can't swear, so.
yeah.
2 minutes, 40 seconds.
Yeah. So we'll talk to a dude who doesn't give a frick about whether his videos are monetized or not. Logan Paul opens the show for some reason.
Yeah, so he comes out and he cuts the, not the same promo, but it's the same gist.
Yeah, a similar promo to others he's cut with former title feuds of because he does the sneak attack thing of listen, I've knocked out your champ not once, not twice, but 3 times in the past couple weeks. You really confident I ain't walking out with that title? And that triggers a response from Gunther the Ring General.
Yeah.
And Logan's eyes were just like, what the frick did I just say to piss him off?
Bruh, Logan literally looked like, oh, Dad's home.
Yes.
I'm about to get beat with the belt.
Yeah, I'm about to get my ass handed to me. Gunther. Yeah, you know what, Trevin? Character change. Gunther said that people should give Logan Paul more respect. Fuck out of here!
Yeah.
We are past the 2 minute mark.
He was counting the seconds.
I was waiting.
We just hit 3 actually.
Yeah. But
I'm not
yeah.
good at counting.
Yeah. The Gunther character change better come up quick because him saying to the audience, give Logan some respect. Nah. That
Like, yes. He's a good... Oh, fuck, we're getting a...
Oh, that cuts it.
Oh, does it not cut it?
No, but it shows up.
There we go.
Technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties. I thought you just knocked that over.
I almost did.
Yeah. Anyways, Gunther tells the audience to give Logan some respect as, they're both former champions. The crowd responds to that with chanting that you tapped out.
Yep, you tapped out. You tapped out.
Yeah, but Gunther's like, listen, Logan, I get it. You're a star and you're trying to be the biggest you can be. And the one step you need to take to get that is become a world champ. But just know, if you walk out of main event as champ, come the Raw after Money in the Bank, I'm gonna beat the snot out of you.
Yep. And he just leaves after saying that. He doesn't even give Logan a chance to respond.
Yep. And Logan's like, wait. Gunther, you're walking away? Gunther's walking away from me. He's scared. And Gunther's just looking at him, kind of laughing at what's about to happen. Because what's about to happen is, wrestling rule number 1, you say their name, they appear.
Okay, no, this is not Joe Hendry.
No.
This is one Jey Uso.
Yep. Oh, appearing from behind Logan. Logan turns around, eats Eats
Super
the
kick.
cleanest super kick I have seen.
Yeah, and Jay says, using some of Logan's words, he said, "Fact, we're gonna meet this Sunday or this Saturday. Fact, I'm gonna walk into Monday, your champion, to face Gunther." And that's pretty much where the segment ends.
Yep.
I've noted this, back in the day, this would have been so much funnier, because the old Titantrons used to just show what the audience at home saw,
Mm-hmm.
and Logan would have saw Jade coming up to kick him in the face,
Yeah.
and it's just beautiful. It's just because he would have been like, "Huh?" Turn around. But no, we get robbed because they're such minimalistic sets and they suck.
Speaking of getting robbed,
Yeah, we get robbed of cool visuals, but there's no upside to this match. Honestly.
it is Judgment Day represented by Finn Balor and JD McDonough versus the team of AJ Styles and Penta. And this match cooked, honestly. But of course, it's an episode of course, it's a Raw match involving a luchador that's cooking. So who interferes?
El Grande Americano. Now, he interfered. He popped up from like in the crowd,
Yes. So
like right near the announcement
yeah.
table.
What happened in this spot was we're hitting to the end of the match. Everyone's pulling out their stops. They're pulling out whatever they can out of their bag. And Penta pulls out some beautiful ringside combos, some beautiful ringside moves. Like, it was someone, I forget if it was AJ or it was AJ who, in this little sequence, pulled out a moonsault from the apron into a reverse DDT.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, what the frick?
Also, other style points. AJ and Penta matching gear.
Yeah. AJ brought out his red gear so he could match with red Penta.
Yes. I can't make the Yu-Gi-Oh reference because it's not Blue Eyes White Penta, or no, White Eyes Blue Penta. It's not that.
Yeah.
No, I can't think of any reference. Honestly, they just look like Bulls players.
Yeah. And they could do this again because AJ also got blue gear if Penta wants to be White Eyes Blue Penta.
Yeah, that is true. We could get like a Lucario? No, I don't know. Would you say Lucario's black and blue? Or gray and blue?
Black and blue.
Black and blue.
Black and blue. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, it works.
It worked.
The two nerds confirmed it works. It works.
Yeah.
I just loosely know this stuff.
Speaking of nerds, yeah. This is a perfect time to slot in a little plug for our other podcast, Throws of Chaos, where we play TTRPGs, all of us involved, and other people who are not in the room with us right now, such as Gordon, who you have heard his lovely voice on this podcast before, and also our friend Alyssa. We're right now playing a campaign through D&D 5e where I DM and put these people through sometimes literal hell while they attend a magical college.
Yes, it sucks.
Yes, but back to the match.
Yeah, back to the match. And you know what else sucks? El Grande Americano showing up,
Yeah,
doing the headbutt spot, holding Penta by the face,
yes.
headbutting him with the plate because, of course,
To
he
the
has the
back
plate.
of the head, I'm like, that's a concussion.
Yep.
That's
and,
assault, brother.
You would have thought hell froze over. Finn Balor got a pinfall victory off of a coup de grace. He was actually allowed to hit his finishing move.
I know. And this is not the last we will see of Finn doing some random stuff tonight, but we'll get to that almost actually right before our main event. But, we gotta hit a little montage of some promos. So Logan's on the phone with some insurance people, it sounds like out in the back, and because his gums are bleeding a little bit from the kick. And he is approached by none other than Seth freaking Rollins.
Mm-hmm. And Seth is like, look, I like you. It's like, I like what you do. It's like, I think you can fit in right well with us.
But right now you're in a place where you're kind of against us as you're going after that title.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna do this as a little, warning for you if you do win that title. I'm gonna come for you. We're gonna run back that Mania match for the title. Of course we'll see after Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Just, you have my number.
And you know what's funny? I completely forgot Seth and Logan faced that Mania.
Yep, WrestleMania 39. I watched that match with you.
Yep, I just completely forgot that it happened. I memory hold that match. Like I memory hold the Austin Theory Cena match. It's gone.
Mania 39 was very 50-50 in terms of the match quality.
I memory hold half that card.
Yeah. Half of it was real good. Like you had KO and Sammy versus the Usos. You had Roman Cody won. And then you had matches like Theory Cena.
I mean, you had other good matches. You had Rhea Charlotte.
Yeah.
Which cooked. I think that was also the last time that it was the WWE SmackDown Women's Championship, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, also Ray and Dominic won.
Oh yeah, Ray and Dominic won.
Where Ray actually factually pulled out the belt.
That was also the one where he came with like the All Might gear.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it was so bad.
Yeah. But now on to your regularly scheduled program. It's time to set up Money in the Bank.
And one of 2 qualifying matches tonight, and one of 2 women's qualifying matches tonight. Not starting the men's this week.
No. And before the match officially starts, we get the news that new signee to Raw, pre-draft call-up. Roxanne Perez is now full-time on Raw.
Yep. And this match consists of Roxanne Perez, Natalya, and Becky Lynch.
Yep. And this match, cooked.
Mm-hmm.
Technical masterpiece, through and through.
Technical masterpiece,
yes.
These 3 women can really go. Natalya probably being the best technical master, worker in that.
Yeah, Roxanne is a mixed fighter with being able to pull technical stuff, but she's got some striking, some jabs in her bag, which gave her a little one-up. And Becky just tosses people around.
Becky's just good at the technical shit in general.
Yeah.
The way that she kept going for disarmers in the match.
Yes.
She kept finding a way to just,
pivot to a disarmer.
Oh, your hand's near me? I'll just take that arm.
Yeah. She did hit a manhandle slam. However, Becky is on some people's list right now. One of those people is your women's IC champion, Lyra Valkyria. While Becky was going for a pin, Lyra, yoink.
Yep, snatched her right out, continued the brawl. Becky eventually did kick her off. She crawled back into the ring, but Lyra said nope, pulled her right back out.
Yep.
And then we get a Pop Rocks for the 1, 2, 3.
Your second woman to qualify for Money in the Bank alongside Alexa Bliss is Roxanne Perez, the prodigy.
Yeah, I don't know if you get that reference. Her indie name was Roxy.
They've called her that a couple times in a couple promos.
Mm-hmm. But it was like ROC.
Oh.
C.
Huh.
Don't ask me.
Yeah.
I remember it being that. I could be wrong.
Yeah. And now something we all laugh at a little bit. Time to conclude the Irish block of the show.
Yo, it has been confirmed. This has been my theory for the past 2 weeks, and now it is a third week in a row.
Full-
It is not a coincidence anymore. Full Irish block. I'm not against it, but why full Irish block?
Yep, as we have a match between one Aussie icon Grayson Waller and Sheamus.
And then, oh my god, it continues. With the Aussies next.
Yes.
No,
Well,
okay, but Triple H is not being the allegations. You put the Hispanics with the Hispanics,
you put the
and you put the Irish with the Irish. They just, you go here, and you go here. They're all in a row.
Yes, it's funny. In that press conference, you said you don't see color. You clearly see Irish, though.
It's just funny. It's like, it's not bad because it's like, you're not
It's
doing anything
It's real good
stereotypical.
workers back to back to back.
You're not doing anything stereotypical. It's just
No.
funny.
Yeah.
It's just, this can't be a coincidence now.
It can't.
You're doing this
Fool me once,
intentionally.
shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me thrice, something's up.
Yeah, there's something going on. I'm going crazy.
Yeah. But it's Sheamus. He kills Waller.
Theory started getting chance.
Yeah.
Bro, Theory started getting chance. And the best part, he was doing nothing.
Yeah.
He was just standing.
Yeah, he was literally like, whenever Sheamus debated, getting some ones in while he was on ringside, Theory was like, nope, I don't want that smoke. He's your opponent.
Oh, there was the Beats of the Bowderin portion of the match. Dude, Theory was smiling while watching Waller just get pummeled.
For the count of 10.
And Sheamus just had this murderous grin on his face. There was one point. Grayson goes for like a middle rope attack. And Sheamus just knees the fuck out of him. Literally the loudest sounding hit of the night.
Was that knee?
Was that knee?
And then, Waller's down, he's basically out of commission, but Sheamus is like, I gotta get one more thing in, and he goes to the corner and you hear the crowd calling it, brogue kick for the 1, 2, 3.
And another certified banger delivered by Sheamus.
I'm pretty sure the ref went to check Waller's pulse before he raised Sheamus's hand. He's like, Waller, you good?
Hey, man got murdered for the love of the game. It be like that sometimes.
Yes.
Sometimes you gotta get murdered. It's okay.
Yes. And now
The wrestlers, they respawn.
Yes. And now another, backstage segment, there's one more person in this picture that Seth got to have a convo with, and it's a person he claims they've dodged each other for too long.
Yes, they have, because they refuse to book Gunther with the top stars.
Gunther and Seth have a conversation, basically saying what I just said. It's like, look, I get I am not in the front of the line till you get your ones on that Monday, but if you do end up winning it, you've called your shot against me before. I've called my shot against you before. I feel like if you win that title, we can no longer dodge each other.
Yeah, you can't.
And honestly, even if they don't have the title, can we get this match at some point? It don't have to be for a title. Just give me these two against each other.
This could be Gunther's first non-title feud, but the thing is, Seth is in title mode right now, so...
Yes. He has a plan. Paul Heyman and Seth have confirmed there is a plan where step 1 is get a world title. Step 2 is still a mystery until that world title is claimed.
Step 2, we're gonna figure it out.
Yeah.
We just need the funds.
But speaking of title pictures and people continually getting in it,
It's step 1, get money. Step 2, get more money.
yeah. Yeah, it is your second woman's Money in the Bank qualifier match, with the involvees being a returning, finally, Kyrie Zane.
With the pirate princess gimmick, throwing gold out to the crowd, doubloons. And I
Yeah.
said, Trevin, is that chocolate?
And I'm like, possibly, but I feel like it'd be also cool if it like had like either her logo or WWE logo on it too, and it's just a little keepsake.
I want it now. I want it now. So we get Kyrie, we get Rhea Ripley, and we get Zoe Stark.
Now, of course, with the mention of that last name, there is an elephant in the room.
So this match gets turned into a one-on-one match because, unfortunately, Zoe Stark has sustained an injury. So the spot goes, she's going for a missile dropkick on Kairi Sane. Kairi Sane is tangled up with Rhea, who is on the complete, literal opposite side of the ring. So,
We've seen Zoe hit further.
but the thing is, no, this I think is literally impossible. And I mean, maybe someone like Montez could do it, or one of like, I think Dragon Lee or maybe Ray Fenix could do it.
Mm-hmm.
But she is at the, so we're looking at hard cam. Where the faces go is where, you know, you see all the fans. She goes from that corner to the corner where the heels go. So the very opposite. She jumps from here, makes it about here. Kyrie turns, tries to get there, lands, and
The
her
the
leg.
screenshots online say enough.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it is the knee that she already had surgically repaired.
Yep.
It is the knee that's in the brace already.
Yep, and at time of recording, the most recent news is that she is receiving an MRI to see what is wrong and immediately going into surgery to fix it.
But like, yo, some of you are fucking assholes. And I'm not talking about our fan. I'm not talking about the people that watch. I'm talking about the fucking internet wrestling community. Some of you are fucking assholes.
Yeah.
The one thing I saw, I mean, you have more things.
Yes.
I have bad knees myself. I hate looking at leg injuries. So I couldn't look at any of the discourse going on. But the one thing I saw was some fucking idiot decided to change his whole profile around on Twitter to Zoe Stark's knee. And his profile picture was the leg injury.
Yeah.
So you, sir, or madam, whoever you are, go fuck yourself.
Yeah. And to those of you with the, still decently recent news of all the releases and y'all saying Zoe should have been amongst those, I hope both sides of your pillows are warm. I hope your drink is never the right temperature. I hope three of your tires are flat so you have to pay for them and the insurance doesn't cover it. Go F yourselves too.
I hope what happened to my boss the other day happens to you. I hope you get a flat tire. And then when you change that, the spare goes flat.
Yeah. It's like someone's going through a real thing right now and y'all's first thought is they should have gotten fired before it happens.
How can I get internet clicks? Because Twitter's monetized now. That's what they're doing because they're too lazy to get the job. They're too lazy to get off their ass and
Yeah.
do anything. So they scroll online for internet clicks.
Here's what you can do. Screenshot this and make it your profile pic so you can see this every day.
And stick it right up your ass.
Yeah.
But,
All the
prayers up to Zoe. Well
Yes.
wishes. I hope everything goes
Yes.
well. The best case scenario, it's just a torn ACL, MCL.
because with the way she landed, that is the best case scenario.
Worst case scenario, I don't even want to put that into the universe.
No, yeah.
But yeah, well wishes.
We already have one person on that possible mindset in Kevin Owens. We don't need a second. Because as we've stated before on this podcast, Zoe is an amazing in-ring worker. Like the stuff she does in-ring is great. She just hasn't gotten over because of her lack of promo ability. But mate, if we've seen one thing is that injuries help a person, build some clout. We saw this with JD McDonough. We even saw it with Edge.
Yeah, here's the thing too. The best thing, other than just working on getting the leg better,
Yes.
is this gives you time to really break down your character if you want to be in that mindset. Not everyone wants to be, but when you get closer to that, really break down the character, really find what you want to do character-wise going forward. Obviously, the in-ring style is going to have to change.
Yes.
This is unfortunately not the first injury related to the
With-
wrestle dropkick.
Yeah.
With Dakota Kai getting concussed.
And this is also the second time you have injured this knee. It might be time to pack up the drop kick.
Just pack up. Yeah. I mean, granted, she wasn't a high flyer. That was her high risk maneuver. And it goes to show that this is high risk. Like, people say it's fake. Injuries are very much real. You can't fake gravity.
Yep.
And
You can also literally see the welts and bruising off of certain moves such as the chops, Bianca's whip. It's like wrestling is improvised fight choreography. The people involved have a conversation about, the certain spots, certain clips they want to do. Another part of that conversation, as many people say on the internet, is how hard do we want to hit each other? And some people's answer is, let's just effing hit each other.
it also goes into these people are very much stuntmen. They are professional stuntmen.
Yes,
who
they're-
put on a stunt performance act every night.
They are in it for the love of the game. Everyone who enters that ring.
And funnily enough, with what she does with that spot, this is possibly one of the better injuries that can come with it. You could completely fuck up the springboard and just fall and land on your neck.
Yeah. You could have landed in a way that injured both legs.
You could have jumped up and then just landed right outside the ring. Like, that could have been worse. But yeah, prayers up. So, this obviously caused a halt in the match.
Yep. Medical
And-
team was brought out, and Zoe was
Carried out.
medically disqualified, which turned it into a 1v1 between Rhea and Kyrie. They still put on a banner. They're not leaving the crowd going home sad.
And now for the other discourse surrounding this match. Rhea Ripley picks up the win. Now, as a Rhea fan, I'm not going to be like all the other ones and be like, you're attacking her. This is pretty much...
This is legit criticism.
This is legit criticism.
Yes.
Rhea should not be in Money in the Bank. So the planned finish was for Rhea to pin Zoe.
hmm
The plan was not for Kyrie to lose.
To eat the pin on her debut. But of course, with the injury, plans had to change quick.
Yeah, and I hoped they would have pivoted to Kyrie winning. Mainly because it's with Asuka, I think she's coming back within the next few months. She's coming back I think August
hmm
is the latest.
hmm
You could have just had Kyrie in the match.
Yeah.
Because not only, people are saying, well, it's good to have veterans in the match. Yes, it is good. Kyrie is also a veteran. She's
Yes.
been in WWE for a while. But you also do need the big base, like the power base for some of the bigger spots. And that's where Rhea fits.
hmm
I think you could have had Rhea go up against a different group if you wanted her in the match. Granted, you can't you can't predict injuries,
No, yeah.
but I think a better grouping would have suited it better. But
Yeah.
I
But-
think this just ends in Mommy in the Bank. Because they don't know how to book Rhea outside of the title picture, and it's getting old.
Yeah.
Not to the
That-
point where I'm starting to dislike her. It's just, can you do something different with her?
That is the main title pick. That is the main thing about her character is that it does need development because in the stint where she did have a title and wasn't necessarily in the picture, it was still rivaling with Liv, with her terror twin Damien feuding with Dominic and Finn.
Yeah. And
it was just get backs at Judgment Day.
Yeah. And I just feel bad for Kyrie too. Obviously, I feel the worst for Zoe.
I mean, props to Kyrie for...
There was that one gnarly spot that I thought there was another injury where Rhea blocked the insane elbow. Because I was like...
Oh, yeah, with her knees.
Yeah, no, with her feet.
Oh, yeah, it was boot.
She just went straight up with her legs and Kyrie went...
It was a mid-air dropkick.
No, that was a different spot.
Oh.
Yeah.
She attacked the elbow twice.
Yeah.
Smart wrestler, though. Attacked the same part twice.
Yeah, but yeah, they put on a banger. I mean, props to Kyrie for going along with the change of finish. Because it's like, hey, there's only so many things you can do, and getting pinned on your debut isn't the best thing, or getting pinned on your return isn't the best thing that could happen, but it's like...
We can quickly pivot from that.
Yes.
I think she might be one of the last chance recipients.
Yeah.
Mainly because I don't know what they're gonna do with her right now if she's not going on to Money in the Bank.
Yes.
But, and they also said no damage control.
Yeah.
So that group has been disbanded. No more damage control.
Yeah, they didn't tag her with representing damage control. So yeah, I guess with the release of Dakota Kai and just because of things happening as well with, the other injury stints, damage control has disbanded.
Yep. So, I think it's only a matter of time before they stick her back with Asuka because that's all they know how to do for Kyrie. They don't know how to actually sustain her push on the main roster. But what's new about the NXT call-ups? They can never sustain their runs.
Well, speaking of an NXT call-up, we cut to the Judgment Day Clubhouse, where they're vibing, they're talking, they're celebrating their victory over AJ and Penta, and Finn walks in fashionably late, and he's like, hey guys, I got someone I'd like to introduce to you.
Roxanne Perez enters the room, and...
she comes bearing gifts.
An apple for Carlito in a wonderful gift bag. Red to match the
Yes,
bag.
it's a bag of apples. It's not just one.
Oh, it's a bag of apples.
Yeah, because Raquel slaps the first one out, then he reaches back in the bag and is like, there's more.
And brings chicken nuggets for Dom.
In a clothing box.
I have seen so many of those boxes during Christmas. First of all, you're not even going to put anything to line the bottom of the box?
Also, no dipping sauce.
Bro, nothing to line the bottom of the box. Oh my god, that greasy ass box.
Yeah, but...
And
yeah,
Dom
but
looked at her smittenly.
He's like, you gave me nuggets. You gave me nuggies.
Oh, there's gonna be tension.
Yep, so Raquel, of course, has some apprehensions about, why is she here? And Finn explains, listen, she's not becoming an official member of the Judgment Day, but I remember what Dom said a couple weeks ago back when JD was injured, being like, our numbers are a little funky. And he had a point. Us boys, we got each other. But you and Liv with your tag titles got no one to protect you. So, while Roxanne gets her footing with the recent call-up, she's here to help you guys out.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, it's like...
Raquel immediately went and told Liv.
Yep.
I mean, Liv wasn't at the show, but she did. In kayfabe.
Yeah.
Man, this is going to cause some issues. I think this is... It goes Money in the Bank.
SummerSlam.
Nope.
Oh, no. Night of Champions.
Night of Champions, then SummerSlam.
Yeah.
So we have technically 3 more shows to get through. Big shows before we get the breakup if they keep doing breakups ads. SummerSlam.
Correct. Yeah, but
And it's the first 2-night MetLife.
hosted by Cardi B.
Yep, hosted by Cardi B.
Yeah. And now,
Horrible mixing on that ad, by the way.
yes, it is always so loud, and I'm like, can you shut up a little bit?
Can you just turn the gain down?
Yeah. But now it's time for your main event.
And the only time this man can actually main event is on a Raw. It is a main event. Jey Uso, your World Heavyweight Champion, versus Braun Breaker.
Non-title match, just a little grudge for what Braun's been doing the past couple weeks.
And
It cooked.
it's a match. He says it cooked. It's a match. I mean, the highlight was Braun running the ropes and then taking Jay's head off. Very much popped me.
Yeah, no, these two honestly do work pretty well together. It's like, are their move sets a little simplistic? Yes. Do they find ways to still make it a show? Yes.
Yes.
Yes. However, Braun's the lapdog to someone who comes in to attack Jay to cause the DQ. Seth Rollins comes out, gain his ones on Jay, and that triggers, you called it while we were watching it live.
Sami Zayn comes out.
Yep.
And, you know, he's standing there, and the numbers game isn't looking good. And, you know, Greenville, you have earned yourself, in my eyes, a pay-per-view. Just off of this pop alone.
Yep.
They started, this is like Steve Austin in the Attitude Era type of pop. Like, it was probably louder or as loud as Rhea's pop.
Yes. Literally, he came out, they cut his music because he booked it to the ring. They kept singing it word for word.
While the brawl happened.
Yes.
They were singing Cult of Personality while Punk was kicking ass.
Yes.
If they did that in the UFC, man will be undefeated.
Yes. So the brawl ensues, you know, it's looking decent. Seth and CM Punk battle through the audience out of the arena, and that leaves Braun and Sammy to duke it out, but you know, you gave him time to recover. Super kick.
Yep.
And Braun decides that's my cue to dip.
And you know who comes back? Logan Paul knocks him out. And his teeth are still bleeding. So I have one of two possible thoughts on why his gums were still bleeding. One, he just flossed. And he never flosses. Two, those veneers are shitty as fuck, Logan.
Or 3, you have gingivitis.
Gingivitis.
Yes. But yeah, it closes with that. It closes with that shot. It closes with Logan, you know, talking trash to the camera, being like, y'all doubted me, and cut to black. And that is your episode of Raw this week.
Mm-hmm.
You know, tying things up nice in a bow to present at Saturday Night Main Event. Reminder, we do not predict those as they are not officially a PLE because of the commercials.
Yeah, they're just how I've explained it, what they started doing in the past few years for Tribute Troops.
Mm-hmm.
They just kind of turned that into, here's a special episode.
Yep. Here's a little third weekly this week.
WWE presents.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah, and this has been it from us here at Disqualified. I have been your two-time main roster champion, Caleb. This is Beltless Trevin. And that is your NXT Predictions champion, Zach, for now.
He does defend it this weekend.
And
He'll still losing.
And we'll see you next time. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell 3 times so you know the match is over. Thank you for your time, and peace.
Bye!